Supercross. Diana Dahlgren leaves the straight. Here we go, live on Speed, Monster Energy Supercross. The Nuclear Cowboys hole shot goes to the #1, Ryan Villopoto, the reigning champ, trying to win back-to-back Anaheim season openers.
Ivan Tedesco almost grabs that hole shot. He nudges out Chad Reed for second.
I can tell you who this isn't good for, and that's the man on the #7 Yamaha, James Stewart, because you do not want to give a guy like Ryan Villopoto a lead like this.
Yeah, Stewart's back maybe just inside the top 10.
We talked earlier this week. Oh, look at Dungey getting aggressive, getting inside of Alessi.
Yep, that's Mike Alessi on the 800, who had a great start in his heat race, but not so much here in the main.
Stewart comes past the line in 9th. We'll see if he can pick up some spots because he's really good at being aggressive and brave on the first lap.
There's Brett Metcalf on the 24. He's just in front of Stewart, and Justin Brayton's right there as well on the 10. Bouncing back, coming through the LCQ.
Watch Stewart going to the outside. Let's see if he triples this. No problem.
Yeah, right over.
Did not hesitate.
Yeah, and he's setting up Metcalf already. Look at that.
Yeah, look how many guys he's passed on the first lap here.
That's going to put him into 6th already.
Not getting the start he wants, obviously. He is going to have to really pick it up here. No doubt about it.
I'm telling you guys, Villopoto is out front, and he is flying. Chad Reed's putting in some hot laps, and Stewart, who I really feel that for Stewart, by the way he spoke, that he was coming to Anaheim with a must-win mentality. Right, Ricky? Isn't it kind of since that?
Absolutely. He's becoming a veteran of the sport, and it's time that he live up to the expectation that obviously he has for himself.
Exactly.
He hasn't won in 2 years a championship. It's time.
Well, and these are expectations that he has set. He said, I'm going after McGrath's record of 72 wins. Let's watch what happened here to Josh Grant.
Okay. Right here in the middle. Check him out. White and green gear. Watch as he comes through the whoops right here. Bike skips out on him a little bit, and he slides down. Easy fall, but that's going to cost him quite a bit.
That's Jeff Ward's new team.
Lucky he didn't high side right there. But look at this guy. He's making work happen right now. He is putting in extremely fast lap times, running a 1:04 lap. That's almost a second faster than anyone else on the racetrack. And what he is doing right now is he is trying to get as big a lead as he can, knowing that James will not be able to catch him or anybody else to try to pull away from 22 Motorsports' Chad Reed, so no one can catch him, and guy looks like he's on rails right now.
Chad Reed is turning his best laps of the night also. Remember we talked earlier in the show about Chad has that ability to step it up, and even if he didn't start the day good, by the end of the night, he's always there.
13 times in 17 races last year, Ryan Dungey was on the podium. He has that final podium spot right now. And Tedesco and Stewart have a history. Yes. And here they go together right now, fighting over 4th. And Ivan's going to hang on with everything he's got for Kerry Hart right now.
Yeah, he does. You can see James kind of sits up right there. Going to take his time on this track. You really got to time out your passes here.
Hey, that's great riding by Ivan, and that means that he's comfortable on this new bike, and he's ready to go. He's fit. He's had a lot of time off, but, man, he's keeping Stewart at bay at this point.
Tedesco looks really good tonight, Aaron.
He definitely does. In fact, Dr. G, his doctor had mentioned to me that he has never seen Ivan so mentally and physically prepared. He said he wants this more than ever before, and he has done everything in his possibility in order to make this happen tonight. He wants it bad, and he said he's going to go out and prove it tonight.
Well, he's going to have to work real hard right now to hold on to 4th. Stewart with a good run around the outside, trying to power away, and there he goes.
Yeah, Ivan kind of getting a little off key here.
Yeah,
but
lost
he
his
can do
rhythm
it.
a little bit. Got excited there. Stewart puts that sort of pressure on you, and Stewart was really patient right there. Just kind of waited for Ivan to do his own thing, and they know each other right there. So Ivan's trying to defend it. Stewart knows that while he's doing that, okay, just let him do his thing. He's bound to make a mistake.
Mike Alessi 6th. You see Short right there behind him, and then Brayten, Metcalf behind them on the 24th.
And our man Windham rounding out the top 10.
There he is.
track is so good. There's so much grip out there.
Yeah, they got some lean angle going right here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, but the track's in it's good condition there. And now that the track has started to rut up in spots, you got to switch it up. And so now you can't ride that cow path that Ricky alluded to earlier. See this? 1, 2, 3, 4 lines coming out of that turn there.
Short on the Supercross.com Honda. Jeremy McGrath, Larry Brooks teaming up. L&MC racing team, they're calling that.
Short came out pretty aggressive here.
On the left side of your screen, you see our race leader, Ryan Villopoto.
This guy right here, Ryan Villopoto, I'm sitting here watching him. I was cheating a little bit. I wasn't watching the monitor. He is flying. I mean, he is hitting all his marks. He's keeping a tremendous amount of momentum. And there isn't even no one in his league right now.
One of the things you said while we were all up here watching final practice from the booth earlier today, you said he looked better than everybody else on the edge. He had a little bit more extra room to push the bike. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, well, what I meant by that was when he's trying to put in fast laps, his comfort, the area of him to where, you know, he won't fall down is much greater, where some guys can't do that.
Well, and we all got really excited at the end of the final qualifying practice when Stewart went out and set that fast lap time. It was about a second faster than Villopoto's. But during those qualifying sessions, I mean, Stewart did one of those. Villopoto rode the whole session like it was a race.
Yeah.
And he came out in the heat race, as you saw, and set the fastest lap. And now, once again, he's getting it done here in the main.
Watching on the right side of your screen, a battle for 10th. That's Metcalf and Jake Weimer battling it out. Metcalf on what is considered the factory Suzuki, even though it's now run completely by the Yoshimura organization. Rockstar still sponsoring them with that whole program over there on the 24. And he's got Jake Weimer going at it with him. Team Yoshimura, Suzuki, Dunlop all involved on that.
Yep.
Actually, Rockstar not involved in that program
not
anymore.
this year. Factory Yoshimura Suzuki. Yeah, Jake Weimer, I'm glad to see him up here mixing it up. His first full season in the Supercross class, Premier class.
Yeah, considering that he had the injury, yeah.
Yes.
There he goes.
Look at that.
Weimer.
Oh, and hops off. And it's a good thing because he did not have the line on Metcalf. And if he hadn't done that one little hop and executed that right-hand turn after with the speed that he did, I believe that Metcalf would have still been able to catch that line.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the lap times on our monitor, and you guys can see it across. And James Stewart has slowed down a little bit. The guys in front of him are turning a little bit faster lap times here.
Interesting, though, Ryan, as we look at Davey Millsaps here, that the big four, if you will, are right up in the top four.
Davey's running back in 13th. As I mentioned earlier, he told me he lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
Since the last outdoor race he ran at the end of the summer.
That's awesome. That guy has so much talent, Davey Millsaps. He always has. He's been a champion in the lights division, and the guy knows how to ride a motorcycle.
And I mean, you know, and just in front of him is just behind him, Josh Grant. I would say the same thing about Josh Hansen, who's in front of him, Josh Grant here, who is behind him. All three riders extremely talented, trying to find their groove here. This is a brand new team that Josh Grant is on. Josh Grant
got the only win for Joe Gibbs Racing in Supercross competition right here, this event, the season opener a few years back. A very emotional night.
Boy, that was, wasn't it?
Battle for 7th here. Andrew Short on his number 29 Honda, still fending off the Muscle Milk Pack 10 of Justin Brayten.
Now, okay, so the Muscle Milk Honda team, that's the official in-house factory Honda. The team, the McGrath team that Short is on is, you know, an outside team, but they have the works machine. They have the very similar bikes to what Brayten would be on.
Same situation with Chad Reed. He's got a factory bike, but he is not affiliated, if you will, as a factory team.
Basically under the factory tent. He's not on the factory tent, right? But that bike is plenty winnable. There's no doubt about it. It's a legit machine. Look, see, all those guys are pretty much tripling that thing out of the corner now.
And this battle continues here as we get to the halfway point. This is where we're going to see